Happy 2026, Coven. We did it. We survived 2025. And I don't know about y'all, but 2025 was a bit of a hellish year, we could say. It was the year of the wood snake in the Chinese zodiac, and that is a lot of releasing and shedding of things, people, places, habits, thought patterns, speech patterns, anything that no longer serves us, letting go. I know of so many people who ended 10-year-long relationships, partnerships, friendships, romantic situations, quit jobs, like uprooted their life. So much significant change. So I thought we could start off with a lovely spread for January 2026. I revived my YouTube channel. She's back, babes, and I promise to be more consistent. Last year was a fucking doozy, but if anything, I feel like I've learned or I've earned like a bit of a merit badge on how to survive and how to thrive when put into these chaotic situations. And just so you have some awareness, January is full of Capricorn energy. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the planet of delays, things taking a long time to come into fruition. And Capricorn is an earth sign. Thankfully, it is a lovely grounded sign. Saturn also represents discipline and hard work. Things that only come and manifest after putting in a lot of effort to accomplish them. And we have specifically on January 12th, Venus will enter Capricorn. On January 14th, the Sun will enter Capricorn. On March 15th, Mars will enter Capricorn. And on January 16th, Mercury will enter Capricorn. And then on January 18th, we have a new moon in Capricorn. So a lot of Capricorn energy. And if you want some more insight into all of these transits, how these will affect you, when these transits will occur, head over to my website, thebaristawitch.com. Well, I have created a comprehensive guide, a 2026 cosmic tea guide of every single transit from January, February, all the way through to December. I have logged every full moon, every new moon, every retrograde, every single transit for every planet, Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, all of them for 2026. Head over to my website. It's just $3 hairs. It's also free if you subscribe to my Patreon. Additionally, if you subscribe to my Cosmic Tea newsletter, once a month, I give a nice little drop into your inbox of how these transits will affect you and what are some steps that you can do, some spell work in there, some rituals. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about getting back into tarot for the tube of the U. So let's see, what is our first card for 2026? Girl, we have the Nine of Swords. This is a card of rest. The Nine of Swords asks us to rest. This is a card of anxiety as well. The Nine of Swords represents destructive thought patterns and having anxiety. This card asks you to please treat yourself with kindness and compassion versus having like a bit of judgmental qualities to your thoughts, maybe criticizing your thoughts. This card asks you to face your feelings of regret and obsession and to try to face them head on with having an open mind, having some clarity. Also, this card wants you to know that our problems always seem amplified when we hyper focus on them, when we hyper fixate. So this card represents some mental suffering, some mental anguish, some stress. So notice, is there something that you're hyper fixating on? Is it a relationship? Is it your finances? Is it money? What is it in your life that you are hyper fixating on that you can maybe, relax about? And 2026, specifically January, calls for this Capricorn grounded energy. So how can you find a little bit more grounded quality in your life and notice where you're hyperfixating on things that maybe don't necessarily serve you, and to go to bed. Also, do you see how there's these 9 swords above the person? This card also wants you to know that you have the solution to the problems. You just have to look up and climb out of your thoughts of despair. And then we have the Empress, and doing this will open up channels of creativity. This will open up abundance. The Empress card represents creativity, and not just creativity in the sense of, creating life, but creating new ideas, having some creative projects. And I mean, come on, how accurate is it that when our minds are plagued by, mental suffering, by anguish, by all of these really intense thoughts, we can't really focus on creativity. But the second we actually start to open up and allow ourselves the opportunity to be free in our thoughts, to let go, again, literally that year of the snake energy, let go of shit that doesn't serve us, we can start to open up creative channels. So this might even come as having maybe a bit of writer's block, creativity block. It may open up you being able to paint, to draw, or just to even be your creative self, even if you aren't an artist per se or a creative, just having a creative, playful mindset. Again, once you release these thoughts of anxiety. Oh, girl, the 8 of Cups, let it go. Let it go. Cups represents our feelings, our emotions, how we relate to other people. And the 8 of Cups specifically is a journey taken alone. This card asks you to walk away from what you have in order to get what you want. And you see here, this is a solar eclipse happening in this card, which represents sudden change, transformation, sudden change that happens emotionally. This card asks you to move on, to take the high road. This is being at the end of your rope, a breaking point, and maybe having a painful realization. You have to walk away from the past in order to have a fresh start. And technically, we are still in the year of the wood snake, because the Chinese Lunar New Year doesn't restart until February 17th. So we still are in this energy of letting go of shit that no longer serves us, of letting go of the destructive thought patterns and habits in order to facilitate a period of creativity. Oh my God. And let's see what else is going on. The moon, which again, another eclipse. This is 2 eclipse, sudden changes. Sudden changes are on the horizon. The moon card is a major arcana card that asks you to trust your instinct. This card represents, again, sudden changes, and it asks you to trust your intuition, and it also asks you to re-examine your current beliefs about the situation, because the situation is in flux. Just like the moon is always changing and shifting and moving phases and signs, the situation that you're inquiring about, your relationship, your finances, your life, this is constantly in flux. And the moon card shows up as a reminder that nothing is forever. Change is constant. Water needs to flow, or else stagnation builds, disease builds. This card asks you to reflect upon your dreams. Notice if there are some dreams that are maybe associated with your creativity. What do you dream of creating? What do you dream of having in your life? The moon card wants you to please tap back into that. The moon card also represents lifelong feelings and cravings that are brought to the surface. So please use the moon card energy to trust your intuition and be guided by your inner voice to make the best possible choices. And then we have the King of Wands. Wands represents fire, passion. This card, as the King of Wands, represents going after what you want unapologetically. This card also represents, and I'm gonna say, since it's next to this 8 of Cups card, an individual in your life who is a male figure, who may be quick to anger, who may be a little volatile, maybe the reason for you being up at night, maybe you needing to let go of the situation. So see if there is someone who this is related to. You need to take the steps to back away from that person. Know that this isn't a safe person for you. Know that this person does not have your best interest at heart. You have to walk away. If you are not in a relationship, this card can represent having passion for your craft, This card represents someone who is self-made, who listens, learns, and loves what you do. So depending on what you're coming to this reading for, you need to let go of that individual who is being toxic in your life, and or you really need to tap into whatever your passions are. Even if you are, also needing to separate from someone, go after what you're passionate about. I'm gonna pull some astro die to see what the big three of this individual could be, who is someone who you need to walk away from, let go, embody that year of the snake energy. Ooh, y'all, okay. So right away, we have Leo, which ain't that crazy because this is King of Wands, and then we have a fire sign, Leo. So Leo could be this part of this individual's big three. And then we have Virgo, someone with, focus on me, Virgo in their sign, and Capricorn, which is crazy because we are in our Capricorn era. So notice if someone in your life pops up with these in their big three, take a little bit of a pause from this person because they're not serving you. All of the signs are pointing towards leaving this type of energy in order to go back to following your intuition, go back into that creativity, and go, honestly, just being able to tune back into yourself. So this is an oracle deck. So what I like to do is to read the guidebook and then get into it. So let's see, garlic, bitch. So, oh my gosh. So first of all, let's tap in angel number, girlies, 222. We have 22 here, angel number. So garlic, keywords, defensiveness, protection, managing negativity. It is unwise to walk beyond the boundaries you have yet to expand on. Protection among all else. Pulling the garlic card suggests there are people who are working against you, or perhaps that is your perception of the situation, which again, the Nine of Swords represents anxiety about a situation, constantly overthinking, having it constantly plague your mind. There is likely resistance from others, but it may not be as bad as you think. Whatever you are facing, receiving this card means you are more than capable of defending yourself against any attack you may face. You have what you have because of your hard work and dedication, and there is no one in your current orbit who has the power to take that from you. Any negativity you are experiencing is the result of someone whose own emotional traumas are being triggered, which is all about them and not you. It may be unfortunate for them, but you are not required to entertain such behavior when it is hurtful for you. Walk away. And then what I love is that this guidebook has a garlic protection spell, which I will read, but also I will put here for you to screenshot and to carry it with you, to use it so that you can have it as part of your practice, okay? So I learned this spell when I was about 7 years old from an elderly Cuban woman who was a close friend of my family. This is the author of this guidebook, by the way, not me. Carry it with you for a trip or a flight or to a party or whenever you feel like you want a little extra protection. You will need 1 garlic clove, half a teaspoon of honey, a pinch of salt, and aluminum foil. Peel the garlic clove and make a slit in it that's slightly smaller than its length. Cover the slit with honey and salt, making sure the salt sticks to the honey. While you are preparing this, focus your mind on your intention of protection. Wrap the clove in a small piece of foil so it won't dirty your clothes or whatever you decide to carry it in. Yeah, we are invoking protection because we already survived 2025 and we are not going back, not on my watch, to that toxic ass negative energy of 2025. We are moving forward and we are protecting ourselves from any bad vibes and any negativity. Okay, we have incense. Let's go. Incense. And as always, I will read the booklet and then we shall get into it. Keywords: clearing blocks, truths, aha moments. Allow the smoke to reveal the truth, clearing the haze while lifting the fog. The sacred smoke of incense can be seen as a highway to the divine, immediately clearing out negativity while carrying your hopes and intentions to the heavens. Frankincense resin in particular corresponds with spiritual opening and creating a pathway to successful ventures. Receiving this card represents an aha moment, when the fog has lifted and suddenly everything makes sense. You are now able to look back and see where all of the challenges, changes, and choices have brought you to. If you've had integrity in your journey through life, then you have nothing to fear. However, if your path has been dotted with cruelty or moral depravity, you may be entering into what might be termed bad luck. In this way, this card also represents karma, or balancing the scales. And it can also mean it's time to put all of your cards on the table. Truth will free you and any others involved, lifting any burdens you may have been carrying and allowing you to begin a process of healing and moving forward. And I'm gonna put this card here with the moon card, which represents having our intuition and trusting our gut and knowing when blockages have been cleared. Trust your intuition. You know if there's some blockages that you need to clear. Maybe it's a certain person you've been reluctant to let go of. Maybe it's a certain habit. It's time for you to be real with yourself. I'm not a tarot reader or astrologer who likes to sugarcoat things. I'm going to tell you the truth. And sometimes that may be a hard truth, and sometimes the call can be coming from inside of the house. Sometimes it can be a destructive thought pattern. Maybe you need to walk away from yourself, that part of yourself that doesn't believe in your higher self, that part of yourself that isn't supporting you for the greatest good. Please step into this new year with intention, step into this new year with clarity, and step into this new year with making the best possible choices for yourself and for your highest good. We have Groundhog. Bitch, wake up, dear one, from the slumber you wake up, dear one, from the slumber you comfort in. The truth is seeking those ready to acknowledge it. What did I just say? What did I just f***ing say? Keywords: alertness, waking up, truth seeking. And it's crazy that this card that we started the whole reading with, the Nine of Swords, represents having sleepless nights because of anxiety and thoughts that plague you. Groundhogs instantly bring to mind Groundhog's Day, which occurs right around Imbolc. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing it. It's this thing. The legend states that if a groundhog sees its shadow after coming out of its underground cave, there will be 6 more weeks of winter. But if there is no shadow, then spring will come early. This card suggests a feeling of being blindsided, such as when you experience an unexpected betrayal, when in truth, the threat has been in front of you all along. Girl. Perhaps you have chosen not to see it, or your attention is trained on something else. Either way, the truth is coming to light now. You can choose to continue to hide from what is in front of you, therefore facing delayed pain and heartache. Or you can face it, heal, and move to a much healthier and jovial time. If you have not faced anything unusual recently, this card advises you to be mindful of potential dangers. Stay alert and notice any subtle changes, especially in the behavior of those around you. There may be time to solve a problem before it actually becomes one. It is time to wake up. It is time to have that aha moment. It is time to gain clarity and to notice and understand those situations in our lives that may be our own design, and maybe when it's time to walk away from people and places and habits and things. And I think it's interesting that this card is in association with the King of Wands and this Eight of Cups energy of maybe a particular person in your life who you need to let go from, but it is time to face the music, dear one. And I know that's not, always the easiest advice to get, that, the call is coming from inside of the house, but truly, sometimes you have to wake up and lock the in. Notice if there are people and places and habits and things. We are in that Capricorn energy. Capricorn is stubborn. Are you being stubborn? But do the work. Saturn, which rules Capricorn, rewards hard work. Saturn, while a very intense planet, is a benevolent planet in that he rewards those who actually take the time to do the necessary hard work. Ooh, girl, we got protect your boundaries. That is what I'm motherfucking talking about. As always, we will read the booklet and then get into it. Every creature needs boundaries, but boundaries in and of themselves are not enough. They need to be protected. Tooth and claw, axe and dagger. Call upon inner fierceness to guard your boundaries and protect your space. Snarl, growl. You are allowed to be feisty and fierce when protecting your boundaries and personal sovereignty. There is time and space for compromise and cooperation. Now is not that time. Take an Aikido class. Learn fencing. Take up an activity that helps you understand and embody warrior stance. It is not about physical defense. It's about embodying the energy of protection. You have plenty of empathy. Compassion and understanding come easily to you. Now practice the fierce art of defending and protecting. Invoke fierceness as your ally. Girl, and I'm gonna place this card here next to this Eight of Cups energy, because yes, it is time for you to stand up for yourself. It is time for you to notice those instances where you allow people to walk all over you, when you allow people to come into your life and say certain things. You know, maybe it's about keeping the peace, maybe it's being a little bit conflict avoidant, but conflict avoidant doesn't mean that you're a doormat. Conflict avoidant doesn't mean you allow people to talk to you however the they want. Absolutely not. In the coven, we have an ethos. Be kind, but take no shit. Please embody that this year. Think back to this past year or in general in your life. Maybe a memory came up of an instance where you could have been more bold and stood up for yourself and you didn't. And there's nothing wrong with that until it starts to affect your mental and emotional and maybe even physical health. Check people the first time they do something. And it's not easy. It is learned behavior. It takes trial and error to constantly stand up for yourself and to establish boundaries. But once you do, there's no looking back. And I have to say, the only people who get upset at you for establishing a boundary are the people who benefited when that boundary was not in place. Because think about it. If someone tells you, hey, this is my boundary, what do? You respect it. You don't question them. You don't judge them. You say, you know what, good for you, and you respect it. It is up to you to keep your boundaries in place. It is up to you to respect your boundary. No one else will respect your boundary if you don't respect it yourself. Oh, and then we have intentional stillness. Come on, my angel number 11 showing up in the reading. Winter invites us into a magical hush. If this moment has left you out in the cold, embrace the lull. The cold has the power to suspend, to hold, to freeze until it is time to act. There is divine protection in suspended animation. Right now, life has brought you the opportunity to embrace the power of the colder, more protective dimensions. Carve a sparkly igloo inside of your heart. Get still. Open yourself to the cold clarity derived from detached observation. The time to plant and grow and play will come again. For now, seek shelter in these cooler energies. The gift of snow is stillness. And it's interesting that this card is being placed under the Empress. And I take this as a sign of, if you want to embody this Empress creative energy, this energy of being able to manifest and bring things into your life, pause and turn inward. And I think this also corresponds with the Nine of Swords, of noticing if there's any anxious thought patterns or any looped thoughts that are plaguing you. Pause and get still with yourself and really listen to those messages and see what comes up. So it's time to get still, to turn inward. You know, look at this as even maybe like the Hanged Man card, where you turn off any outside noise, turn off any outside influence, and listen to your own voice, to trust your intuition. The Moon card here, trust your guiding voice, because you know what is best for you, no one else. You know what's best for you, even if that is sometimes a hard truth and a hard pill to swallow. Connect with the earth. It is time for you to get back outside and get with nature. Tell the trees, tell the river, tell the air, tell fire what they did. Speak to nature, connect. Maybe if you have the opportunity, go for a walk, go for a hike, but be outside. That expression of touching grass is real for a reason. Go outside and touch grass. Get out of your head. Go look at flowers, go look at plants, go play in the snow. Being out in nature is the most beautiful thing. When was the last time you were barefoot in soil or dirt or grass or sand or whatever element is near you? Go outside. And if you live in a city, even just going for a walk in a park, if available to you, is something that can help you tune back into yourself. Nature is healing. Nature helps us. I've never seen someone say that they regretted going for a walk. Like, never seen someone say that they regretted, you know, going for that hike or anything like that. So try to really connect with nature if you can. Meditate. Yes, meditate. Pause and turn inward. Meditation, while very difficult sometimes, is a great tool. I meditate every day, and at this point, it feels like I didn't brush my teeth if I don't do my meditation. Even if it's something as simple as you sitting down and observing the sounds that you hear. One of my friends is also a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher, and he's a musician. And how he does his meditations is he'll sit down either in his room or his garden and just listen to, oh, that's a fire truck going by. Someone just sneezed. A bug just flew by. Someone honked their horn. And just literally identify and label the sounds. That can be your meditation. There are so many free apps, so many free podcasts and YouTube channels that offer guided meditations. I strongly encourage you to let 2026 be the year that you finally get into your meditation practice. It is so healing, it is so grounding, and I think it's interesting that it's next to the groundhog, getting grounded, and it'll help you to heal from whatever this situation you had to walk away from was, whatever this very intense King of Wands energy. Meditation is truly beautiful. And meditation doesn't always necessarily have to be, sitting down in lotus pose. Meditation in Sanskrit translates as dhyana, which is total absorption, something that you lose yourself in. So sometimes meditation can be reading a book if you lose yourself in a good story. Meditation can be sewing, it can be cooking, it can be whatever you want. Sometimes meditation is yoga, exercise, getting lost in the movement. Anything that eclipses time. Don't let your meditation be scrolling on an app, but try to have it be something where you can lock in and just focus on yourself. Well, my loves, this is the reading that I have got for you. If you enjoyed it, please drop a sword emoji in the chat to let me and others know that you made it to the end of this video. Thank you for supporting me. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Please share it with a friend if you found it insightful. And if you want even more insight, please go to my website, thebaristawitch.com. My books are open where I look at your chart, your birth chart. We get into a deep dive of what's happening in your astrological chart, and then we do a tarot oracle spread, laying cards over the areas of your life in your chart that you have questions about. I also offer sliding scale options because I completely understand that finance is finance, and I don't ever want finances to be a limitation for you seeking clarity and seeking guidance. My prices on my website are set by my teacher because I have been studying Vedic astrology every single week since April 2020. And so my price point is based on my experience. However, just like my teacher, I offer sliding scale options because I understand that sometimes life will life us. Work may not be consistent, and I don't ever want you to feel like undeserving of a reading or whatever. So please just email me. Please do not feel embarrassed. I have been where you have been, where I have needed someone to help me because I was struggling financially. I have been in situations where my accounts were in the negative for a long time, and I've had people help me and pull me out of that hole, and I would love to please, do the same thing for you. So please check out my website. If you want even more insight, please head over to patreon.com/thebaristawitch, where for $5 a month, you can join the Cafe Coven, where I have weekly videos where I do tarot spreads based on the astrological happenings of that week. So if you've already gotten your Cosmic Tea Guide, which is free on Patreon, by the way, or you can get it from my website, you can see, oh, this week Mercury goes in retrograde, there's a full moon, whatever it may be, and I will have a tarot spread that corresponds with that current astrological transit. That's number one. Also, some exciting news, dun, 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 dun. I'm officially launching my Tier 2 membership, the Arcana Apprenticeship. For $11 a month, I will go into every single tarot card, from the major arcana, going through all of the suits of cups and pentacles, wands and swords, what every single card means. We will have an active chat in there. You also get access to our Discord, where there is a tarot community there as well. And I can offer you insights and descriptions about what these cards mean. We will have access to my crazy grimoire of tarot here, where I got this book, which is based off of like all the major arcana. And I went through, I think I have, I don't even know, y'all, like over 20 different tarot decks and found every single description for every single card I could find. And also just my own experiences with working with tarot and put it in there. It's $11 a month. This is cheaper than any other tarot course I've ever seen. Some tarot courses I've seen, or most of them, are like $150, $200. So if all of this is on my website, thebaristawitch.com, head over to Patreon. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Instagram. All the things are linked in the show notes. Thank you so much for supporting me in my dream of being a full-time witch. It means truly more than you know, and I love you. Thank you so much, and I hope this helps. Perhaps take a screenshot of this and set it as your background as a reminder that you can do it. All right, I love you. Bye.